So we've got our natural metal finish on the MiG now, and to break this up we've used some different shades of alclad. Not too much of a contrast, just they don't want it to stand out too much, so we used aluminium for the panel on the spine and the sides of the fuselage. Hopefully the camera will pick out the tonal differences there, very subtle and very slight, just to give that appearance of different shades of the skin of the aircraft. And then we've just picked out a darker band on this wing, and we're just in the process of masking this other wing to repeat the same on the other side. So we're just using the same strips of masking tape over and over again. We don't have a problem masking onto the alclad, especially with the time that's elapsed, because it's now well and truly dry. So it's been a couple of days since the last video. So we just work our way around, doesn't have to be precise. Just over the wing, the fence there on the wing. Wrap it around the leading edge, and then I'm just going to use a piece of masking tape just to mask off the inside of the wing fence, so that we can keep that in the original shade. Just adds that little bit more realism. So there's the area to spray. Just coming in with the airbrush and just laying down the alclad magnesium in this case, just to add a little darker section to each of the wing surfaces. Like I said, very slight and very subtle. We don't want it to look like a patchwork quilt. So just mask the inside of that fence, and we've just got a small section of the wing there to do, so we'll just fill that in, making sure we continue it around the leading edge. A bit of air to dry. Let's have a look and see if we've got satisfactory results. So we should just see a slight change in the tone of the metallic work round there, and hopefully each of the wings match, which I think they do. So that's the area in there, and we're just going to do these little panels at the end of the wing roots, at the end of the wing tips. So we're just going to mask these. There's no research been conducted, it's purely just artistic. What if you wanted to be super accurate, you could look up on the internet and see if there's any specific panels that do weather or look a slightly different shade of metal to the others. We'll just fill that one in, and then just remove that. And we've just got that shade there, and hopefully if I turn this mask round, we shall be able to just adhere it to the other side. Let's try it the other way up. Yeah, we're not getting away with that. It's a totally different shape, and all the angles are different. A little bit. There we go. I'm just going to lay that down again. And just peel the masking off. So we should have broke the model surface up now a little bit. So the one that we need to do now is the jet pipe at the end and these air brake bays. Okay, so I think we're going to mask the jet pipe off completely to start with. Let's get some tape it will. So we'll just mask this whole tailpipe area like so, and then we'll put some wider tape just to protect the overspray from the overspray of the darker jet exhaust colours. And hopefully we're left with an area that we can get in a more burnt metallic colour to represent the jet pipe. So that's the area masked. So we'll now introduce the colour. So for this we're going to use Extreme Metal from AK Jet Exhaust. So these paints really do need shaking. I need the life shaking out of them, so I might be here a while. So it's just starting to break the particles up. So this is going to form the base coat. This should be quite dark. So we're just going to start by introducing this to the jet can and into the exhaust. You see it's darkening up, it's got that quite nice blue colour to it. Make sure that we get inside the area so we don't see any of the plastic from the kit. There we go. That's looking quite nice. So the Alclad one just gives it that sort of bronzy touch that the jet pipes seem to exhibit. Okay, so moment of truth, we can remove the masking tape and let's see what effect we've achieved. There we go. So we've just got a little bit in there that we've missed. There we go. So that's the jet pipe done. So we're just going to do the inside of the speed brake bay now. So we're going to be using AK Extreme Metal, if it focuses, pale burnt metal. So we're just going to spray it freehand. Into the air brake bay. And just until we build a colour up. And it just replicates the side of the engine. And we're just going to now just fade in some burnt effects just round the edge of the exhaust. And then we're just going to add a little darker colour in there. Like so. Just so it looks like a continuation of the jet exhaust through the air brake bay. How's that? Going back to the pale burnt metal, we're now just going to add some heat effects to the top surface of the tailpipe. So just so it looks a bit warm and as if it's been subjected to a bit of heat. Colour we're going to introduce around this rear end is from MRP. and it's exhaust metal, and this has got a distinct blue hue to it, so it'll add that characteristic bluing of metal that we see around the jet exhaust of the jet. And we're getting to the stage where we're quickly approaching the deckling. So the object to this one is just to bring it in around those areas, just to add yeah. So we've worked our way around the MiG, and we've introduced some metallic patterning and tonal variations to this paintwork. Hopefully you can see that on the camera. So we've spent quite a bit of time around the rear end of the jet, getting a sort of heat, burnished, affected look to the rear end. Just a little bit of staining coming up as well for the tail, and then sort of burnt metallic shades with the jet cam. We've used alclad aluminium on the sides and the spine around the cockpit area, just to break that monotone silver appearance up. So we've got to a stage with the model now where we could administer a gloss coat if we so wish, and that's not something we're going to do at this time. I'd just like to progress a little bit further with the build before we do that, and perhaps get a wash onto these panel lines, just to bring the detail out a little bit before we apply the decals. But quite happy with the effect that we've achieved so far. It's not overstated, it's not overdone, it just looks a little bit different than that plain metallic finish that we started off with. So thanks for following. Until next time, take care.